ready for the big one. All right.
Ahoy, mate. As a child, while in midair swinging from branch to branch, I realized three things I must rediscover. You must let go to grab on. It's easier to hang on than to let go. You do not have forever to decide. I needed to resuscitate my life force, energy, vitality, inner dreams, and desires, moving forward against the odds. Not easy when you wake up, discover the human and divine illusions. Then the deprogramming and awakening that calls one to start anew despite the consequences. Our lives cease the moment we refuse to weigh anchor, hoist sail, and make chase, and to who we are and what is yet to be known, discovered, experienced, and embraced. It was time for me to move on. It had seemed like an eternity getting to this place. Once, I was in great darkness to the wonders of the amazing ocean of liquid life. I once lived in the cave of city civilization and the isolation of a landlocked life. The ocean discovered me. I was awakened. Liquid life is this planet's greatest presence and hope. I'd given much of my life to redeem cultural arts, stop human trafficking, execute humanitarian aid, empower indigenous leaders, and help troubled youth and surfers. I began my ocean mission tied up to the same pier as Greenpeace and Sea Shepherds in Honolulu. They worked as activists to save our oceans and sea critters. We worked as activists to save cultures and people. In time when the process of alchemy, my attention would shift. I had trekked and voyaged into the most remote places on the planet, been chased by Colombian drug lords in the Bermuda Triangle, turned to ram a pirate ship in the Caribbean Sea, harassed by a Taiwanese harpoon vessel netting a dozen orcas near the Galapagos Islands, survived a tsunami that killed 2 friends while I saved one. 2 of my crew were hospitalized. I was held hostage abroad, then delivered by the U.S. Navy, Embassy, and State Department, emerged from the strong side of a Category 4 hurricane. I'd been run out of the country so that religious political powers could preserve the control of Mormon Catholic fanatics, marked as a leader of an independence movement. Occasions gave me the name Taki Pitoka, the sound of the conch shell blown by a warrior from the top of coconut trees. Aulani Aloha is my Hawaiian name. Similar to what you saw in Dances with Wolves, I and others discovered me, my soul, spirit, gifts, passion, culture in a faraway place. Aulani is a king's messenger, or island's navigator explorer, sent over the edge, beyond the horizon, to discover and return with the tales from the deep sea. Aloha is breath, the essence of life with joy and love. Supposedly, I was a messenger of peace, an ambassador explorer from a spiritual king, hence Aulani Aloha, Vea no Te Hau, and Taki Pitoka. Most of my life, till now, had been some sort of sacrifice to help the insanity of humanity. Welcome to the Ocean's Work Release Program. The air of the entire Pacific circles around and into the strait between Canada and the U.S. funneled by mountain ranges. The 2 largest weather galaxies of Earth, the North and South Pacific, produce half the planet's oxygen. It was my time to be alone, begin enjoying an endless ocean teeming with life lessons, insights, and the pulse of the planet. To learn from creatures who had lived much longer than I, that had sustained healthy social pods or villages. Creatures that were here long before the alien likes of humans, who will outlive and endure beyond our momentary madness and the endless spiraling circles of life. A leading sleep specialist from Stanford University had told my doctors and I that I needed to be coached how to sleep based on marine mammal research. The southern monolith migration has begun as I join a host of air and sea creatures for a new type of mission. Humpback whales and their supernova pods with the longest mammal migration and an amazing comeback from near extinction are the poster child. Arctic terns, the Air Jordans, the only creature to navigate from pole to pole and not get confused by the equator. They're in flight. Already Pacific white-sided dolphins, the trophy dolphin of marine theme parks made famous in the Cove. The sad, bloody, dark, secret relatives of Taiji have greeted me in the gateway to the Pacific. Transient orcas, the killer whales, perhaps the most advanced social culture on the planet with mind-boggling echolocation abilities, linguistics, and tight bonds have made themselves known. Humpbacks made their way deep into the Salish Sea and seem to constantly be putting on a show down the Washington coast. For this Skookum Southern monolith migration mission, featuring the humpback whale and a host of characters migrating from way up north down south. We started off with phenomenal humpback sightings, hump seals leaping out of the water just 5-10 feet from the boat, dolphin encounters. Jacques Cousteau once noted speed is the enemy of observation. I found the perfect vehicle and means to sail, drift, float along, observe, and experience the Pacific universe and my water world home.
Last time those dolphins came, they literally came up and popped up within, no joke, 2 feet on the side of the boat. I was so preoccupied with all this stuff going on and logbook entries on both sides, port and starboard. Like 3-4 dolphins just popped up right outside the cockpit, right there. So to say, hey dude, wake up, we're right here.
20 miles offshore, Central Washington.
So pretty cool. Friends like that.
Look at that jacket, flipping mess over there. About 3-4 miles. We got humpbacks.
With bad weather to the north and south and a strong wind, I had to put out the sea anchor to slow my drift and wait for an incoming tide to make it up the Columbia River to Astoria, Oregon. I get to sleep with humpbacks tonight and be further coached how to sleep.
Gale back that way about 50 miles, driving this swell here. We're gonna head on over there, see if we can't get close to the humpbacks. Feel better settling down for the night with those characters.
Why a pirate motif? It was a pirate who was called upon to start and lead the first Navy of the U.S. Once upon a time, pirates in general were not what nationalistic European and American nations today write of, nor are they the reality of Hollywood or Disney's fancy. Pirates were those men, women, and children of humble abode who refused the abusive sovereign rule of fanatics empowered by an evil axis triangle of religious, political, and corporate conspiracy against true freedom, equality, and a simpler, friendlier way of life. The history of pirates, rebels, mutineers, gypsies, renegades, noble insurrectionists has been obliterated into a few scary legends. Yet, the spirit, the breath of the planet pulsating in the ocean upward through the skies into the unending universe still tells the true tales.